Bendiciones. I've been seeing a lot of people talking about in like the spiritual community, how they say the spiritual community, how they're starting to talk about political things, where before it was always a separation. Like, you don't talk about religion, you don't talk about politics, you don't talk about this, you don't talk about all the important things in our world that are making the world and the planet the way hectic it is that it is right now. Don't talk about that. No, 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 no. Talk about what celebrity news, you know? Now I'm drinking black sesame seed um, latte. So you look at everybody in our, like all the people in charge making all the rules and all the decisions, they're all really old. And then when they put videos, like, you see reporters that go up, like put cameras in their face to, to try to ask them something, and they're just like all old, like all old, like, super old. Like they should not even be in charge there, anywhere of the in the government. They shouldn't have that. They're so old. But why? Why? Ask yourself, why do they want those kind of people in charge? Anybody that has ever had a government job understands that they put the laziest people that they could control. It's all about control. So if they could control them, and they know that it's not somebody that's going to that stand up for the people, that's going to stand up for the system, for the corporation, the United States of America corporation. If they know that they could get them to go in line, a lot of people are just like, they don't care. They don't care about you. They don't care about anybody else out in the world. The peasants, they don't care about them. They care about as long as their own household is taken care of, their family, they're a certain class. They're a different class than the rest of us. And as long as they're taking care of it, they'll sign their name and vote for this thing and do that. And then, for pass this thing, it's going to help homeless people in, whatever. And what do they get? What do they get out of it? And it's from, like, every level of government has this type of corruption. I even worked for a nonprofit organization. I was there for a little while, and the people there were like taking money from the whole nonprofit. Like the government sends this people. There's a grant writer, and he petitions the government and tells the government, "Give me this money, and I'm going to use this money to help these people in the community." It always has to be like a community that needs something, like home ownership, to help people have pride in their community, to build up the neighborhood. And so the government will say, "Oh, yeah, you can send them money." And if they're legitimate people that care about it, they'll use it for what it's supposed to be for. If not, if they follow the leader, like how government is run, they get all of this money, but most of it is for the high level position salaries, what they get paid. Most of it goes to them. And very little goes back into the community of what it's supposed to do. Then they have other level of people working in there. Let's just say, for example, if it's like a organization that's helping people to purchase their first home, and sometimes they'll purchase homes in neighborhoods that are, the houses are all messed up, or and then they have a construction manager on site that goes to the to the place, and it's like, we could fix this up. Let me see, knock down this wall, add a bathroom over here, and then list it for somebody in the community to buy it at a lower cost. And so that construction manager has a lot of responsibility because they're buying houses, they're flipping properties. So they can get in cahoots with like a construction company that's going to come in and actually do the stuff. And they'll say, okay, we can knock down this wall. He's like, you know what, I'll do it for 5,000, but on the paperwork, it's going to cost 50,000, or something to that, or where they split the extra. And that happens in all of government. It's just little tricky little side deals and sneaky little things that they do. Or another example of someone that also worked at that company, and they bought a house, and they used the company money to fix the house, like, of their dreams, how they wanted it. They wanted this here, they wanted that there, brand new washer and dryer there, uh, window coverings, like everything that could be used with the nonprofits credit card or whatever. Everybody had a credit card, and so it could be used for that and other stuff. People take advantage of that, and that's just because of the way our society is. Everybody is struggling. Most people are struggling. So then they see how other people take shortcuts to do things, and then they want to go try and do it. You see, like on TikTok, people are like, oh, you can go get a TV at Home Depot if you just stick a pencil in it, and then you like scan the pencil, and then you can get out with the free TV. And then they don't show like of the people that get caught doing it. It's just the ones that get away with it. But I don't know, people everywhere want to be tricky, and I think it's because of how our government is right now. They're pretty tricky, and everybody sees them get away with it, and then they're also like, well, why am I gonna be like following the rules and doing it this way if they're the head people of all of them, they're not doing it. They're not getting in trouble for it. And that's like with the Epstein class, people call them, because they're like, oh, a bunch of, what are they, child molesters, all of them. And they do other things with kids, eat and drink blood and do all of that, what they accuse witches of doing. But you see here in our states, well, I don't know, in our state where we are at in California, a freaking person can get busted for pedophile, and they can release them on probation, and then not even check. They have that thing that's Megan's Law, where it says you have to put your address so everybody can know that there's like a convicted child molester that lives there. They don't even check if that's accurate address, or there's one that lives next door here where I live, and it happened during 2020, and so, well, supposedly he lives there, but he doesn't live there, so he's living somewhere else, and who knows where he's living and who he's around, because he could be living in a house with kids, and nobody would know, because it says he lives here. So they're very lenient on that. So that tells you, like, as the whole of them and the leaders of them, since they're doing that, of course they're not going to pass laws that are like, harsh towards that, because they themselves are doing that. So what are we going to do? What are we going to do?